Hi guys, I'm Dave in real life and welcome to today's Unmissable. Yeah, in today's Unmissable video, we are doing the top 10 bad name changes in WWE. Basically, the reason why we're doing this video, obviously on Tuesday night, we had Ricky Starks sign his contract, but he wasn't going to be named Ricky Starks. Obviously, they changed his name to Ricky Saints, which got a lot of people talking online, whether it was a good thing or a bad thing. And that just got me thinking, what is the worst name changes in WWE? So I have got a list of them. I'm sure you're screaming at me in this video, going, "We know them though, Dave." Especially James Chadwick. But maybe there's some of these what you don't know. Just maybe. But anyway, it's just 10 names changes, but I think are pretty bad. So we are going to go through them and probably explore the reasons why they were changed or why they needed to be changed back. But anyway, I digress. We go to our first one, which it doesn't really matter where they're numbered, to be quite honest with you. But we are starting with Chad Gable. Chad Gable, obviously, tag team champions down in NXT. A great reputation as one of those really good mid-card wrestlers. But Vince McMahon had a brainstorm, decided that because he was shorter than the average wrestler, that he would change his name to Shorty G. I mean, oh my God, honestly, Shorty G is just literally one of the worst gimmicks and worst name changes in wrestling history. I mean, Chad Gable, thank God, is back to Chad Gable now. But yes, there was a period of time when he was Shorty G. Oh my God, Vince McMahon and his jokes. Seriously. And that leads me to the next one, number 9, Piper Niven. Piper Niven had that name for quite a long time through NXT UK, NXT, gets to the main roster. And yeah, brain spark again. Vince McMahon decided that no, we don't need a Piper Niven. We need a dewdrop. I mean, honestly, they gave Piper flipping pigtails and made a dance down to the ring with ridiculous music and put her with Eva Marie, which nobody wants to be put with Eva Marie. But yeah, Dewdrop was a name change that nobody wanted. In fact, I mean, honestly, Piper did say in an interview saying that, look, she was just grateful to get on the main roster and she would have just took any part, anything that was suggested, she would have said yes. So that's awesome to hear. But really, Dewdrop. I mean, she's back now as Piper Niven, killing it with Chelsea Green, which is brilliant for her. But really, there was a time when she was the lackey, the comedy relief with Eva Marie, which is not a good time for anyone. We go on to number 8, and this is the biggest one. I feel that this is the one that would be the most talked about name changes in pro wrestling history. And yet another Vince McMahon. I mean, Vince McMahon's going to get quite a lot of mentions in this video because he's a massive bell. And I'm not going to complete that. I'll leave back to you finish that sentence off. But War Raiders, massive tag team in NXT. NXT tag team champions. But when Vince gets his hands on them, what did he do? Viking Experience. Viking Experience. Sends chills down your spine, doesn't it? And not because it's a terrifying name or anything like that. It's just because it's horrendous and cringeworthy. In fact, they changed it literally a week after to Viking Raiders, which even then, they shouldn't have Viking in their name whatsoever. War Raiders was simply easy to translate from NXT to WWE. I couldn't understand why we couldn't just do that. But yeah, Vince and his brain sparks. Viking Experience. Oh my gosh. Leads us to number 7. Oh my God. And yet again, Vince strikes again, folks. I mean, obviously, he'd already had a name change from NWA to WWE. So we've gone from Eli Drake to LA Knight, which, okay, yeah, you can almost forgive that because it's still pretty catchy and follows his gimmick. But when he got to the main roster, his main roster debut was Max Dupree. Max Dupree, yeah. No, it don't work. And it certainly didn't work because as soon as Vince buggered off, Triple H changed it and we got back to LA Knight, yeah. Let me talk to you. But yeah, Max Dupree was a thing. Now we've got Maxine Dupree, what is still a thing. But yeah, there was a time when it was Max and it was LA Knight. And oh my God, bad times. Then we get to number 6. I think this might have been Vince as well, just before he got booted out. But Pete Dunne, well-renowned UK wrestler on NXT, UK NXT. Pete Dunne, the Bruiserweight, great character. Gets to the main roster, gets called Butch, which was already a name in WWE back in the day because there was a Butch from the Bushwhackers. And now we had Butch that were with Sheamus and, of course, Ridge Holland. Fight night. This is just another awful thing. And now the gimmick is that obviously Pete Dunne is back to Pete Dunne now. He's no longer Butch. And Don't Call Me Butch gimmick is in full effect. But yeah, there was a time when he was Butch. Oh my God, please do never ever bring Vince McMahon back to pro wrestling because I'm so glad we are done with this bullcrap. I'm talking about the bullcrap at number 5. He was doing it way back in the 80s. Never mind now. Vince McMahon struck back in the 80s and he struck with Terry Taylor. Remember Terry Taylor, the tailor-made man, one of a great wrestler, what was doing the round circuits, doing the territories. Vince McMahon got his hands on him and did the dirty and turned him into the Red Rooster. Yeah, you remember the Red Rooster, right? Made him wear that bloody mohawk thing on his head and made him cluck like a chicken. Yeah, this is Vince McMahon's sick flipping humour. Terry Taylor was a renowned booker at that time. And he saw him as like a competition for such a long time. So once he finally got him to sign for WWF, as it was then, obviously he had all this set up. He did somewhat similar to Dusty Rhodes, but Dusty Rhodes at least kept his name. But they got made to wear the black and yellow polka dotted bloody get up, which Dusty Rhodes just rode and took it like a boss, basically. But yeah, Terry Taylor was the Red Rooster, and this was Vince's cunning plan. At number 4, hey, Chavo. Yes, the uncle of Eddie Guerrero. Chavo Guerrero, honestly, one of the greatest names in pro wrestling from the Latino side of things. Did also have a Vince McMahon moment where he decided for him to turn against his Mexican heritage and turn to a more upper class Connecticut prim and proper class. And Kerwin White was brought into pro wrestling. Kerwin White, yeah, this was Chavo Guerrero. We'd see him at a golf course on his golf cart, downcasting the Latinos and being like prim and proper. This is even where we saw Nick Nemeth. I think even this was pre-Spirit Squad as well, Nick Nemeth. So Nick Nemeth was also used in these vignettes with Kerwin White. But yeah, Chavo Guerrero is Kerwin White. Bad times, yeah. Bad times in wrestling. Number 3, Dominic Dijakovic. Oh my God, this guy has got the dirty done to him big time. And to be honest, in this particular one, we've got to call all of Retribution the same because the name changes were absolutely disgusting. So Dominic Dijakovic would become T-Bar. Oh, we had Reckoning, which was Meechin, which obviously was Mia Yim. Oh, we had so many. Slapjack. I mean, Mace. All these really, really bad names, which, yeah, Vince, yeah, he's taking a piss, right? Did anybody realise that Vince was just having a meltdown and just taking a piss out of everything? But yeah, Retribution was born. T-Bar was born. Thankfully, he did get his kind of a name back when he went down to NXT and he became Dijak, which is a lot better name. But yeah, he had to live in in his own shadow for such a long time. The T-Bar name, he found it really hard to shake that off. But yeah, I digress on that one. He's number 3, but at number 2, and I feel like he didn't get really the baddest name ever, to be honest. But it was at a time where it probably could have just been himself. But his longtime rival and friend of Dominic Dijakovic, which is Keith Lee, he got named Bearcat, which was a callback to an old wrestler in the 50s, 60s or something like that. So it was nice for him to get Bearcat right. But it came at a time when he was getting released. We didn't even get to see him wrestle as Bearcat. So basically, Keith Lee came up to the main roster during the pandemic. He had a good feud with Randy Orton. He made him wear a skirt, which was unforgivable. But end of the day, Keith Lee just never really shone on the main roster because Vince McMahon just didn't see anything in him. And by the time Bearcat actually got brought in, he was out of the door. First, the maddest night of releases ever. I think it was a Black Thursday or a Black Tuesday. Oh man, I was doing a live stream with Wrestling Days at that particular time, and he came up in that releases, and Jesus Christ, we never really got it. So that's probably the reason why that's on the list. The Bearcat is on the list. At number 1, the last one we're going to talk about in this video, and that is, of course, Walter, aka Gunther. I mean, honestly, known as Walter throughout his early career on the independents in NXT UK, on NXT. Yep, gets to the main roster. Vince can't have that. No, he can't have that name. We got Gunther. Yes, the waiter, the guy who owns the coffee shop, the Central Perk coffee shop owner, Gunther. Yeah, that's what we got on the main roster. The name change was just, why? Why did we need to change Walter to Gunther? I mean, when you look at it, it was original, I think it was Gunther Stark, or something to that effect, which was a bloody German war leader, but turned to genocide or something like that, you know what I mean? It was a very infamous name. So they patented it, realised that they botched it, took the Stark bit off it, and then he became Gunther. I mean, we've accepted it now. I mean, I'm okay with this, his name change, but really, he's still Walter in our hearts, right? He'll always be Walter. It's same now with Ricky Starks. He's always Ricky Starks. We'll call him Ricky Saints because that's what they want us to call him. But in our hearts, it's Ricky Starks. It's the same with Walter. So yeah, honestly, this is just my list. Have your say in the comment section below. What would you have on this list of name changes? I'm sure I've missed quite a few out. There was, we talked about in the live stream, there was Mosh from the Headbangers who became Beaver Cleavage. I mean, Steve Lombardi never wrestled as Steve Lombardi. He had Brooklyn Brawler, flipping Knuckle D Swartz, and even played Doink the Clown at one point. So yeah, I mean, there's just lots of these cases around there. But these are probably the most ridiculous ones inside WWE. Like I say, use that comment section to suggest or tell me other name changes that you think should have made this list. If we get another 10, I might do another video. But at the end of the day, this is my top 10 bad name changes in WWE. Slap a like on this video if oh my god, I can't even speak. If this is something that you want to see in the future, me botching the ending, yeah, that's what you want to see in the future. But anyway, that's what you loved me for. But anyway, I digress. This is the end of the video. So I've been Dave in real life. You guys have been awesome. Until the next time, bye for now.